Okay, so quickly, like I said, thank you guys for coming. I just want to quickly go over some of our goals. I mean, our mission statement and our goals of who we are, the McLean County Reentry Council, and then go into 2023, and then of course upcoming 2024. But I know some of you guys know our mission statement, but I know there's a lot of new people on here, so I just want to quickly go over and let you know who we are and some of the goals we set out to do with the great work that we're doing here in McLean County. Like I said, the mission of McLean County is to provide a coordinated community response to address reentry efforts, to reduce recidivism in family crisis episodes by bringing together justice-involved individuals, criminal justice officials, and health and human service providers to increase education, resources, and autonomy for justice individuals in McLean County, Illinois. When a united community advocates for the removal of barriers that impede their fellow community members from leading productive and purposeful lives, the entire community becomes vibrant and safe, democratic for all citizens to feel seen and heard. Our goal is to connect the justice-affected population with financial literacy, career help, resources to meet the basic needs, and others to support the necessary to regenerate into the community. Listen to what I said. I said connect affected populations to financial literacy to help resources to meet the basic needs and other support necessary to regenerate into the community. And the reason why I'm specifically saying connect, because a lot of people think that if they come to the McLean County Reentry Counseling, we have those resources within our council, and we don't. And that's why we're here today, to try to connect them with the outside resources on the wonderful work that we do together and you guys together. Second, our goal is to reduce stigma with a focus on removing barriers to civility and elevating the voices and experience of justice-involved individuals, to complement rather than duplicate or replace the efforts of other social service agencies. And I want to go back to this one too: reduce stigma with the focus of removing barriers and accessibility, of elevating the voices and experience of justice-involved individuals. And the reason why I want to point that out, because what I've seen myself, a person that's been justice impacted, and others that are coming behind me, is if you empower an individual that have been justice impacted, 9 times out of 10, they're going to tend to be successful and begin to want to get involved in some of the great work they're doing. Plus, it allows them to feel included. So like I said, a lot of people that come out from prison, whether on the county level or the state level, some of them don't feel included. But if we empower them, we can make them feel included and then include them in some of the great work that we're doing. Just to recap of our meetings in 2023, in January, we, of course, did our reviews goals then. February, we brought in a House of Hope, Bloomington Township. We all know that housing is still an important issue that we need to continue to talk about, because a lot of people that come home to our community, whether on the probation side or on the state side, parole side, housing has still been a barrier for a lot of us. And once again, we talked about that in March. In April, we brought in the Perry State Legal Services. We need the gentleman that's coming home, they need to know what Perry State Legal Services is. And the reason why I say that is because there's a lot of things that they can offer them. And one of those most important things that they can offer them is how to get the records sealed or expunged. Some of them may not know the difference. Some of them may not know that some of the court cases, some of the cases that they had previously, that they can start the process of giving us some of that stuff sealed or expunged, however route they want to go. But mostly time it'll be sealed. So if you know an individual that you know of right now that need their records sealed or expunged, have them contact Perry State Legal Services and some other things they can help them out with. We brought in YMCA Strive. She talked about some great, wonderful things that she's doing. She shared some things in the beginning, like they got an upcoming cohort. So if you want to reach out to us so we can connect you with YWCA Thrive, that'll be great. In June, we brought in Thomas Brown with the Illinois Department of Unemployment Security, and then we brought in the Goodwill. These are other services that we can refer our people to, that they have worked with people and I call special population justice impacted individuals to help them blossom, so they know that they have appropriate skill set that they need to apply for appropriate jobs. July, we brought in Bloomington Police Department. We brought in Sergeant Kyle. We talked about some great things that they're doing there and some things that they can help people in the community. And we expect to bring them back in 2024. August, we brought in Children's Best Interest Project. September, we brought in the ROST, Recovery Oriented Systems of Care. And so we're looking to bring them back in 2024. And in October, we had a panel discussion with justice involved individuals. And our goal too for 2024 is have more panel discussions. I truly believe that when I talked about individuals need to be seen and heard, I think that once individuals feel like they've been seen and heard, then the community can hear what they go through when they get out. I'm a big believer of that. We got to continue to advocate for people that have been justice impacted. You know, when people come home, they, like I said, want to be feel seen and feel heard. So our goal is to do more of those panel discussions. So if you know someone out there that wants to be a part of the panel discussion, or you can refer somebody to us that want to be a part of the panel discussion, that'd be great. Once again, we had in November, we had the Normal Police Department where she talked about some mental health things that she can help us with. You know, mental health is so important. And sometimes, you know, we don't talk about mental health enough. So you guys know, and I know that one of the biggest reasons why men and women end up back in the system because of some type of childhood trauma or untreated trauma. So we can connect them with mental health. We can let them know that, hey, these people care about you. Like I said, there's a big stigma with people coming home from prison is that when you begin to talk about mental health, they begin to stray away from it. But if we begin as a council to educate them on how important it is, that'd be great. And then, of course, we brought in Perry State Legal Service with some other things that we talked about, too. December, we brought in Langston. I don't know if you guys had a chance to hear Langston Place testimony. If you guys want to go on our Facebook page, the McLean County Reentry Council, or our YouTube page, and you can see Langston awesome testimony. Some of the things that he's done, some great things that he's done when he got out, and some things that the struggles that he went through prior to incarceration. Like I said, these are some of the events in 2023 we did a resource fair. We have free food. We had a DJ. One of our partners provided Thrive, help us provide the resources to make that happen. We had a bunch of community partners out there that we share resources with. We had testimonials with those with lived experience. That is so important, and we're going to continue to do that this year. If you guys want to mark your calendars right now, our next resource fair is going to be on May 4th. So we'd love for all you guys to come out and set up a table. I think we're going to have it at the at the old YMCA in the parking lot. So we have tents and everything set up. So mark your calendars right now, May 4th. Last year, I think we had 50 participants that came out. This year, we're looking to triple that. We have 150 participants that came out. And here's just some of the community partners that was with us last year and they set up some of the great things we're doing. Treatment Alternatives for Safer Communities, Celebrate Recovery, Central Illinois Friends, Department of Rehabilitation. We had different employers out there, employment services, the Fully Free campaign. We had CareerLink out there. We had a bunch of great events. And the reason why we do this event, because a lot of, like I said, individuals can come home and we can hand a piece of paper in hand, which is great, and we can refer them. But if they came out to an event where there's free food, there's DJ, there's testimony, that would be more empowering to them to be able to be a part of feel included. Joy Care Center, we had the YWCA Labrador House, and then we had, of course, Perry State Legal Services. Like I said, this is just more recap. We started in 2023. We did back in, I think it was October. No, it was August. Back in August of 2023, we brought in the Illinois Coalition to End Permanent Punishment and a Fully Free campaign, and we're looking to do more of that. I'm a truly a believer that if we can't help change policies, how can we make a difference? There's a lot of policies on the books that don't make sense for people that have been formerly incarcerated. We have came a long way, yes. We have brought in ban the box where individuals that go and try to complete application, that they do not have to ask them whether they're being convicted of a felony or not. But there's many laws on the books that keep people from being successful in our communities. And so we partner up with Illinois Coalition to help make those policy change. And some of our goals too in 2023 is we want to get to the Capitol and talk to our local state senator and our state representatives. And I really appreciate Alex and Representative Chunks for being part of this meeting today, and because this is going to be vital for 2024. In 2023, we completed our charitable donation status. We completed our 501c3 application, and we connected with the Illinois Perry Foundation to sponsor us. So recently we connected with the Illinois Community Perry the Illinois Community Perry to help us navigate our funding. So our goal is to we can start accepting charitable donations. So if you guys are interested in donating to some of the great work we're doing, you're welcome to go on the Illinois Perry Central Foundation website and click to donate. And we're going to be coming out more information about that. You love to donate on some of the great work that we're doing for that initiative. And like I said, some of our goals is some of the initiatives that we're going to do is that we want to be able to help finance some of these projects that we're doing. And also one of the goals we want to do is when these individuals start coming home, we want to be able to give them a backpack of some of the things they may be important for them to get out. We're not there yet, but that's one of our ultimate goals is to do. And one of our other ultimate goals is that with this funding is that we want to continue to connect with IDOC to start sending in resources. So here in the next few months, we're going to start contacting DOC to see how can we identify people or individuals that are coming to McLean County or connect with the McLean County Jail to identify who's coming to McLean County and who's coming out to be a part of our community. My big thing is that if we can start their reentry before they leave. So what am I saying? If we can start sending them in resources, they know some of the felony-friendly employers, if they know some of the resources before they leave, that gives them a head start on what resources are in their community. Because a lot of them that has come to McLean County, they don't know the resources in their community. And I know DOC have done a lot of great things, and I know McLean County Jail have done a lot of great things to start providing some of those resources for them. I know there's certain institutions in McLean County, some of them leave with a link card before they leave. And I know that all of them are not doing it yet, but I know majority of them are start doing it. So they have a link card and an ID before they even leave prison. Now, you and I know individuals in the past, when they left prison, sometimes when they get home, it takes them a month to get an ID. And during that month of not having an ID, not working, once again, how can we break those barriers to get across? Like I said, our objectives, I think I've shared some of this. Some of our objectives for 2024, like I said, is we finalized our sponsorship account with the Illinois Perry Central Foundation. We're in the process of submitting our 501(c)(3) application. Like I said, we begin funding. We're going to continue to host monthly meetings, and we want you to be a part of that. So if you never had an opportunity to share some of the great things you're doing in the community, or if you know somebody that can come on our council and share some of the great things that they're doing in the community, we would love that. Okay. Like I said, we're going to continue to host the reentry fair. Like I said, we talked about the ones coming up in May. Colleen is going to be sending out an email for you guys to get involved, to be a part of some of the great things we're doing. Like I said, we're going to continue to respond to questions and requests to reentry related assistance to connect individuals in the community with partners. That is it. I know it went really, really fast. Does anybody have any questions? I don't know if anything is in the chat or not. Does anybody have any questions on my PowerPoint presentation, some things that you can bring to the table?
So, Toy, I was going to point out that Kat mentioned that getting their IDs could even be more of an issue now that they've added the stipulation that you have to schedule an appointment to get a real ID.
Oh, yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
But I think that they can get a regular ID before they leave. Do we got somebody on DOC can
Yep.
speak to that,
Yep.
Jessica? Go ahead.
Matter of fact, I process those. So we have an MOU with the Secretary of State, and so we kind of do it a different way. You know, they gather all the information at the facility that the individual would need, just like we would need if we walked in, and they send that to me. I kind of compile it. I send it over to Secretary of State once a month, and then they give me back the IDs and we distribute. And if for some reason they are released prior to it coming back to us, the Secretary of State just mails it out like they would for any of us.
Okay, I'm glad to know that. I had a heck of a time moving last summer and getting my ID because you couldn't walk in anymore. And it's like you have to schedule an appointment. I had to drive all the way over to Peoria to go to their location because there was no getting in with Bloomington.
I think she's talking about Kat, individuals coming out of prison. She
Yeah,
doesn't.
I'm saying I'm
okay.
glad to know that because
Oh, yeah,
I know how
yeah.
much of a pain in the butt it was to go do that process. And
Yeah,
if they're having to go through that, they're probably even more frustrated than I am.
yeah, that's true. Hey, Jessica, can you speak a little bit about the link card and how that process works when they leave?
Okay. So Amy Burley is actually the one that's handling that, but I can kind of give you a little bit of an overview. So I do know that there's a time frame, and I can't tell you exactly what that time frame is, but I know that I think it's 10 days, but don't quote me on that, where they're able to apply for Medicaid and SNAP program. And so that way they can actually have, like you were saying, you know, have the SNAP card when they leave, and that Medicaid will kick in usually within a day or two of them leaving also. And that's at all facilities now. It was kind of piloted for a little while, but recently within the last few months it opened up, and so now all facilities are doing that.
That's good to know. I knew there were some, so that's good to know. Thank you so much, Jessica. Anyone else have anything they would like to share? Bethany?
Yeah, I regularly set people up with link cards and apply for Medicaid and things like that before they leave, as well as like safety link phone and stuff like that. That's something I've been doing for about a little over a year now. And it's 10 days, but it's 10 business days. The only issue is that if they're getting Medicaid, a lot of times they try to call and do an interview and they can't really get calls here. So you got to make sure that you put down that they will go to the office and do the interview at once they're released. Otherwise they'll try to call their home number and be like, oh, they weren't available, this information isn't accurate, and then they have to reapply. So
thank you so much. That's good to know. That though, go ahead, Kat.
Just a quick update from the McLean County ROSC. We have our new sober social guide that we finished end of last year, and we officially have a limited number of print copies that you're able to request from us if you're wanting one for your program participants to flip through where you're at. It's a gorgeous glossy document. It's got listed all the different activities and events that happen in McLean County that support recovery. So it's a great resource for the community. And if you're interested in obtaining a copy, or you just want the link to the digital copy, I'm going to throw my email in the chat.
Thank you. Anybody else have any updates or any questions about my PowerPoint presentation? Tommy?
Yes, so I just wanted to piggyback off the Medicaid and link. WEI, one of the requirements is students have to be receiving either they have to either they are eligible for a Pell Grant or they receive any kind of government assistance like SNAP or Medicaid. Automatically, if you receive a SNAP or Medicaid card, you would qualify for WEI. And so that increases somebody's chances of being a part of our program and gaining the skills to get back into the workforce. So I just wanted to point that out, that we're here to help, and that, you know, it's a real easy process, especially when they already receive that kind of benefit. So I just wanted to point that out.
Thank you. And we're going to be bringing somewhere in 2024, we're going to be bringing Heartland and the WEI program back to talk about some of the great things they're doing, because I think that's a very important initiative, because I didn't know about it until like a year and a half ago, and it had been here for a while. So it's good to know that people can get involved in that. Anyone else?
Toy, I've been responding to a bunch of people that are very interested in having tables at the resource fair. And so let me know if you want to be included in that information, and we'll get that out. Everyone is welcome. We'd love to see you all out there.
Yes, it's a great event, you know. The Prince and Princesses that came out, just to see the smiles on their face, you know. And sometimes, you know, like I said, you know, a lot of individuals that come home from prison, a lot of them want to just see that you care, you know. Things are different. I've been home for 23 years, and things are a lot different now than when I came home 23 years ago from, you know, there's a lot more issues that men go through, not only even before they get to prison, but issues they go through while they're in prison, you know. So they experience a lot of things. So to have them come to the Reentry Summit and see the smile on their face, and us, you know, to give them a flyer or a resource to help them navigate life struggles, that is awesome. So thank you. And like I said, Colleen and Michelle is going to be sending out an email with more information on that. Anyone else?
I just wanted to ask a question and be able to.
Yes. Let me
To
go
the
ahead and mute
table.
that person right quick.
Sorry, can everybody hear me? I'm hearing a little bit of static with that.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great, thank you. I was just curious, and I've been doing a lot of work with Abundant Life of Christ Church with the homeless population over this deep freeze, and have spent several days out there. Do we have a Christian component to anything to do with the recovery for these men, as far as trying to get them connected to any of that? And, you know, I know some people would be resistant to that. I just was just curious if that's a direction that we take, as far as trying to get them connected to a church or a church family, or other. I know all of the ones that are running the Abundant Life Church are former convicts, former addicts, a lot of people for that. So it's just a question, not a judgment here. I just was curious.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much. Yes. So, Susan, if so an individual come home and they looking for a church home, you know, we'll try to connect them a church of their choice. And so what I try to do, because I've got a couple calls, and so what I ask them what they're looking for in the church, and I refer them to a particular church, whether it's Methodist, non-denominational, Catholic, Buddhism, whatever they're looking for. So no, our goal is to get them any resource they need to help them navigate life struggles. So absolutely. Anyone else?
I was also going to say, we also have a presence, because our event is held at Eastview Properties, and they have a presence there. And then a lot of the places we refer them to have a faith base. And so with their initiation into whatever program, that is part of the program.
Yes. So absolutely. Thanks, Michelle. And like I said, that survey that you guys didn't get a chance to take, if you just hopping on, there's a survey in the chat that Michelle put in the beginning. If you want to take that, we'd love to hear your responses. And two, if anybody interested in being part of our board, we'd love for you to send us some information. We know we need all, and then if you don't want to be a part of the board, what information you can send us to help us grow as a council. You know, like I said, we're looking to do some great things in 2024, and without your help and feedback, we cannot do this. We cannot do this alone. We need your input to help us. Any other questions or any announcements of what you guys are doing? Yes, Chelsea, I will send you an email. But she asked me, what does the board entail? So basically it was the board, we meet monthly and we discussed things, projects, things that we can advance in. And also too is to help grow. How can we continue to grow as a board to get more people involved? So that's just the basically entail of what a board member entails. There's nothing that you have to do outside of us meeting much on a monthly basis.
Right, and there are officers in the board that have already been assigned, so you are
Yes.
not going to be asked to be an officer as far as like president, vice president, secretary, or treasurer. So, so coming and giving your perspective and your resources,
Yeah.
your network of connections is invaluable.
Yes, absolutely.
I will say too that we talked about this last year a little bit about wanting to have more board members that have been justice impacted. We think that their voice is vitally important for our board. And so if you know somebody that would be interested in taking on that role that has been justice impacted, that would be amazing. Reach out to us, please.
Absolutely. And then plus we have some little small job descriptions of basically what a board is and even our officers of some of the things that we're doing. Like I said, we're still in our beginning stages. I think we've been in existence for probably what 2.5 years, I want to say. So we're still growing. There's a lot of work to do and we'd love to have your input on that. Any other announcements? So next month, we have our first presenter. It's going to be Chelsea Williams. She's going to talk about financial literacy. So we'd like to start off the beginning of the year talking about financial literacy. And Chelsea, I'm sorry to throw you out there like that, but I know you're pretty passionate when I met with you to talk about some of the great things that you're doing with your agency and with financial literacy. And so we're excited to hear you. So
yes, thank you. I'm excited too. I won't be sick on that day. I'm calling it now.
Thank you so much, Chelsea.
And I also want to say, I've been notified that 8 of you lovely people have responded to the survey. So the rest of you can submit that and I'll get that even after this call, after this Zoom.
Yes. Anyway, thank you so much. I know it was, we didn't have a presenter today, but we just want to take time out and say thank you, and continue to help us push our initiatives. And so thank you for coming. But I really want to give a shout out to our board members. Thank you. I know Langston's not here today. I want to just thank Langston Plates, Michelle, Hope, thank you. Colleen, thank you for what you do. I just want to openly acknowledge the board members. Kara Alt's not here today. Nikki Williams is not here today. Juanita, she's a new board member. I'm gonna get a shout out to her. I'm excited. She just graduated from Illinois State University as a graduate student and in the criminal justice program. And I'm excited about some of the things she can help us push this initiative and some of the research that she's done and where we need to go. So I just want to give a shout out to the board members for the work they do. And anyway, if anyone have any other questions, I'm gonna give you back 15 minutes. Thank you, Alex, for coming. Tell Representative Chung, thank her. Hopefully I can meet with you guys again. Some of the great initiatives that we're doing. Alex, did you want to say a few words? You're open to say a few words. You don't have to. As on the behalf of Representative Chung, I know you said a couple.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you again for having us. Thank you for the presentation and everything that you all do. We are huge proponents of the entire idea of the Reentry Council. And I also just want to take a moment to acknowledge, like, it's pretty unique that in a community of this size, you know, a major metropolitan area, but not necessarily like a a major city in terms of like population and sprawl and everything like that. It's pretty amazing to even have an organization that is committed to doing this work. So I want to just say thank you to Toy and any board members or anyone that may be involved, even extracurricularly for the work that you all do. But yeah, going forward, I mean, we would love to do any way that we can get involved. Representative Chung wanted me to reiterate that whatever we can do to be of assistance on the state side, we're happy to do so, even if that comes to, you know, like legislative ideas. You know, we want to change something within the incarceration system or something like that. We'd be more than willing to look at what it is that we can do. But especially at even the local stuff, right? So I would love to, you know, potentially have us come out and table at some of your events. Could potentially help put together some panel speakers that you were speaking of earlier if you want to host more of those this year. So whatever you all need, our office essentially acts as a resource center connecting members of our constituency to any of the state apparatus. So for anyone on the call, if you're looking for that assistance, we are happy to help. And I'll drop my my email, my cell phone number in the chat so everyone can have that. So thanks for giving me the spotlight, Toy. We appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much. Anyone else have a report out on some of the things you're doing in the community? Or a question about the PowerPoint? Well, I want to thank you guys so much. You're going to be getting an email shortly. I mean, an email in the next couple of weeks on a flyer on how to donate to the McLean County Reentry Council. And I will see you guys next month. And let's have a big turnout next month. You know, let's come and root on Chelsea as she talk about money. Everybody want to hear about money. So refer somebody to here next month so we can hear a great presentation from Chelsea. So you guys have a happy Friday. Stay warm. We'll see you next month.